air, folks, and we're delighted to be back with you again this season as we'll plan to broadcast on a delay basis every one of the Homewood Patriots football games during the 1992 season. Good evening. I'm Barry Copeland, proud to be along with Larry Wygand in the color analyst chair tonight, and we're happy to be bringing you this first game of our 1992 season. Larry, I think it's appropriate when we start right off tonight to say congratulations to a couple of Homewood High School seniors from last year who are on traveling squads tonight. Robert Davis is with LSU at Texas Tech, and Brian Greer at Jacksonville State has made the trip up to, I believe it's Alabama A&M in Huntsville for their game this weekend. Congratulations to those two seniors from last year. Now to the 1992 Patriot squad. A strong team, a team that had a good year in the weight room, according to Coach Mike Thorson, and the coaches this year, Larry, are going to be looking for quickness. Some of that, I guess, they'll get from their quarterback position in Henry Walburn.
Barry, you're right. Walburn's a leader. He's quick. He's experienced. He reminds me a little of Wes Steed in some ways. In some ways he doesn't. He's got the experience coming from the defensive side of the ball. He's going to have his first offensive start tonight, just like Wes did a year ago. And so there are other ways where they're totally separate, though. About 50 pounds is one of those ways.
Reggie's got the height. He'll be in front of Eric Moulton in the fullback slot, and Martell Smith will introduce you to this new team as we get underway. But right now, Etowah has it set to kick off as Homewood takes on the Etowah County Blue Devils in this first game of the 1992 season. Deep for Homewood. We'll try and identify Martell Smith as number 22. He's in the middle. A good strong kick, and it'll come down in the middle. It'll come down to Martell, and he'll take it on his own 2-yard line and look for blocking. Gets a little and comes back out over about the 20-yard line, so they'll put it in play around the 22 as Homewood's offensive return specialty team puts on a good return, and Homewood in business just outside their 22-yard line.
Barry, you can see the turf's already getting turned up. It's a wet turf tonight. I don't know how much that's going to be a factor, but that field's going to get torn up.
All right, here's your Homewood offensive set. We'll try to get you the starting lineups momentarily. Let you know who the starters are this year. Here's the first play of the game. We give quarterback Walburn to Moulton. Eric Moulton right up the middle. Moulton wears the number 43, plays in the fullback spot. Eric Moulton comes into this game, according to the stats that we have, at 185 pounds. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't just a little bit more than that. Eric's an extremely strong runner with powerful legs, and we'll see a lot of Eric up the middle and off tackle this year.
He's one of the two strongest players on the team, and he went over two of our stronger players, Kip Cowan and John Whidden.
Cowan and Whidden in on the offensive line. Remember that Martell Smith is the tailback, backs up Moulton. Here's Walburn with a keep. The move around left end. Walburn with lots of running room. Walburn across midfield to about or right at midfield to about the 48-yard line.
Barry, again, great blocking by the line. Walburn was untouched at least 8 or 9 yards downfield, and his quickness and speed proved to be a great asset there.
One of the linebackers for Etowah, the Blue Devils, who plays right in the middle, is number 1, Dominic Pinson, a senior linebacker. I don't have weight on him, but he is a big fella, fills up a lot of room in the middle. Here's 1st and 10. Walburn with the fake and the keep give right across midfield into Blue Devil territory for the first time and down to about their 47-yard line. If you're just joining us, 10 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter from Waldrop Stadium. Homewood chomping up some big yardage right off the top, Larry. It's an impressive start.
Barry, this is the key to the victory for us if we can do this, is our offensive line's got to move those guys out and keep Freddie Kitchens over there on the far sideline where he needs to be.
Walburn looks at 2nd and about 5 now from the Blue Devil 48. Drops back with a delay give to Martell Smith, number 62 for Etowah. David Rose, I guess that is. Rose, a senior linebacker for the Blue Devils, tripped him up. And so we'll call it, at this point, no gain.
Looks like their linebacker shot a gap and came stunning through, almost untouched at that point. Key down here, 3rd down and about 4.5, Barry. Again, our line is going to be the difference right here.
The offensive line of the Patriots set to blow it out. Here's the give to Moulton. Moulton tries it across the guard position and gets maybe a yard or 2. Tough going through the middle now in that key 3rd down. It looks like they maybe got 2 or 3 yards.
4th and about 3, Barry. Looks like we may be bringing in the punt team.
The punter for Homewood, and a fine one he is Kevin Miller. Kevin wears the number 4. He is a punter and place kicker. Kevin's a junior, weighs 170 pounds. I believe that is Brian Narrow, who is the snapper, the long snapper for punts. Big break. Big break for Homewood as you saw the movement on the Blue Devil defensive front.
Barry, I think that was more than a big break. I think that was planned. I think the coaches jumped that count back to make somebody draw them off sides and something like that.
Okay, with the break then, with the good coaching, as Larry points out correctly, 1st and 10, and just shy of the Blue Devil 40-yard line. We'll call it their 41. Homewood on the move. They've had possession since the opening kickoff. Now flags fly again. This time it's the Blue Devils who point at the Homewood offensive line.
Look like we may have jumped on the right side of our line. Barry, so far every play we've run, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is run to the left side. I don't know if that's an indication of things to come or just a coincidence.
We get the 5 yards back, so we're right where we were. The only difference is it's 1st and 15 now. Quickly, that offensive front for Homewood, the split end is number 12, Scott Hazelden. Left tackle is John Whitten, 76. Left guard, Kip Cowan, 66. And the center is Jason Zarzer. This time they go off right tackle with Eric Moulton, and Moulton maybe gets to the 40, just shy of the 40, but a big Etowah response at that time on the left side of that line.
They had that play shut down all the way. They had the fullback, the quarterback, and our halfback. There wasn't an option open there.
Michael Coggin playing at right guard is a 3-year starter for Homewood. Michael's beside right tackle number 68, Michael Narrow, and the tight end on the offensive front is Brian Anderson. Brian wearing the number 85 jersey. As we told you, the quarterback is Henry Walburn, the fullback Eric Moulton, the tailback Martell Smith, and Michael Andrzejewski, number 7, plays in the wide receiver position. Here's a pass over the middle, deflected though, and it goes incomplete. Looked like maybe Martell Smith was the intended receiver that time.
Barry, it was a pass over the middle, and it looked like one of their big linemen got a hand on it and chipped it up in the air, and luckily it fell to the ground and wasn't intercepted.
Okay, let's set down in distance for you now. 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15, so a real key possession play this time. They send Hazelton wide to the right. Andrzejewski wide to the left. Hazelton will be off the line at the flanker position. Here's Walburn rolling, looking left. Shovel pass out to Moulton, but it goes nowhere. And call it a loss of probably 4. So they're right at midfield, and this will bring up a punt with probably 4th and maybe 19. 4th and 19 or 18, the ball just across midfield.
It was interesting that time we split out Martell Smith, our running back, out into a receiver position. We'll have to watch for that in the future.
Here's Kevin Miller again, back to punt. Narrow, the long snapper. Looks like it might have been blocked. Etowah picked it up, ran with it, but Kevin Miller dragged him down from behind. That was number 4 for Etowah, Corey Bradford, and so they come away with great field position on about the Homewood 33. 7:06 remaining in the first quarter. 7:06. Homewood has had the ball, has had possession of the ball up till this time, but on the block punt, they take possession at the Homewood 33-yard line.
Barry, if anybody doesn't...
I'm sorry, Larry.
Excuse me, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say 11 plays in that Homewood possession, but we stalled at the end. Now we set the Homewood defense for you. Here's Freddie Kitchens, the highly touted Etowah quarterback, right up the middle, and no going, absolutely no going. It looked like 24, Brent Kalavic. I believe that's Kalavic.
Barry, Freddie Kitchens has been billed in the newspapers as not only the best quarterback in the whole state of Alabama, 5A, 6A, or anything, but also in the South. He's the top prospect at the quarterback position all over the South. Every SEC school is interested in him, I'm sure, and one lucky school will get to sign him at the end of the year.
Larry, how tall is he? 6'3" or 4?
He's 6'4", and he looks every bit of it standing out there right now.
Kitchens down over the ball. He drops back to pass. He'll look long and left. Andrzejewski, the man caught it in the end zone. That was Freddie Kitchens with the pass to number 12, Robert Glaspie. Glaspie playing out of the backfield usually, but playing at the wide receiver position that time. And we were just a step behind. So Etowah strikes first blood at 5:56 in the first quarter, and they go on the scoreboard 6-0.
That was a beautiful pass and beautiful reception. We're going to have to put some pressure on Freddie Kitchens because he can do it if he's given enough time. And it looks like he's got some able receivers back, even though he lost his star one from last year.
Their kicker is number 55, Eric Simmons, a sophomore. The ball is placed down. The kick is up. The kick is good. Timeout on the field here in the first quarter. 5:56 remaining, and Etowah's Blue Devils go on top of Homewood by a score of 7-0. A 33-yard pass play from senior quarterback Freddie Kitchens, the well-known Freddie Kitchens, to Robert Glaspie. Is the story of this game so far. Another thing to mention is that a lot of the Homewood fellows this year are going to be playing both ways. I think I saw Walburn immediately assume that outside linebacker position just as soon as we went on defense. So the strength that they have and the stamina that they've built up in the offseason is going to be important to them all season long.
I think we've got at least 4 guys going both ways, Barry. Michael Coggin, Shane Davis, Eugene Sharp, and like you said, Henry Walburn.
Well, here is, again, Eric Simmons for the Blue Devils set to kick it off. We've got Martell Smith deep in the center position, and it looks like we've got Aham Sabry on the far side deep. The ball comes down to him. He wears number 42. He takes a look right and gets it out maybe over the 25-yard line, right at the 25-yard line. I believe that was Aham. He wears the 42 jersey. His brother Tamer was a senior on the Patriot squad last year. Tommy Lias, the brother of junior quarterback Reggie Lias, also runs in a backfield position. But the starters are Moulton and Martell Smith, and we'll see if Homewood can start some offense here with the line of scrimmage. Looks like their own 25.
Barry, I think we got an official timeout, and there's a good shot of the crowd, the Homewood partisans, and there's our band and Star Spangled Girls.
Is this the official timeout, Larry, that's called during each quarter during the hot, still summer months for water?
That's right. It was an official timeout.
Okay. A good look at the Homewood cheerleading squad for 1992, and I don't have their names in front of me right now, but we'll get those for you, promised, before this season is over, and probably we'll get them before this game is over and introduce them to you by name. The flag corps is here, the color guard, I believe they're called, and the Star Spangled Girls are here, the Homewood Patriot Marching Band with a big halftime show set for you, so we're glad you're with us, and we hope you'll stay tuned.
All right, Barry, an important series coming up for the Homewood offense here. They're breaking huddle. It's going to be interesting to see what we run.
We'll set down a distance. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Walburn is still the quarterback. Moulton and Smith the setbacks. The pitch is to Martell Smith. Martell out over the 30-yard line to maybe the 31. Good running. 6-yard gain, call it.
Well, again, we're running left and a good gainer, Barry.
Here's the give to Moulton, first man through. Maybe a yard that time.
There was a hole there, and it was just barely got closed in time by that fellow slanting in, but there was a quick hole there. Didn't quite get through there in time, but he had a nice hole.
They're looking left over the big shoulders of John Whidden for one on that left side, and Kip Cowan, I believe, is the guard on that left side. Michael Narrow and Michael Coggin on the right side. 3rd and 3, a possession down for the Patriots. Here's Walburn with a give again. Goes nowhere. Moulton tried it across the left end. Stop again made by number 1, Dominic Henson. That senior linebacker for Etowah is really making a big difference this year.
He's keying on Moulton. As soon as that play starts that way, he's hitting right in there on Moulton.
David Dura in the booth with us tonight, keeping some statistics along with Mike Whitten, and David just indicated that maybe Dominic Pinson has had as many as 5 tackles already in the game tonight. He's playing a key role. 4th and 3 now. With Homewood in punt formation, officials blow the whistle and flags are on the field.
Looks like the head linesman saw some kind of movement in one of the 2 lines. I'm not sure which. Looks like maybe Etowah.
Etowah again guilty of movement. Offsides is the call, and that'll give Homewood a first down at their 37-yard line.
Barry, again, that's not just a lucky break. Somebody's messing around with the count out there and messing those Etowah linemen up. They thought it was going in.
Okay, 1st and 10, the line of scrimmage to 37. This time to give to Moulton around right end. Grabbed, though, and dragged down by Etowah's number 28, Carlos Hale. Hale, a defensive back playing at a linebacker position. He's a sophomore this year for Etowah.
Very last year, Moulton was used almost exclusively as a blocking back for Robert Davis, and understandably so. We knew he was going to get the ball a lot more this year, but he is really toting the ball this time. He's the main carrier so far.
3:19 remaining in the first quarter. Here's Walburn again. The line of scrimmage just over the 40. The give to the first man through. No, Walburn keeps. Works his way out maybe to the 44-yard line. Thick going in the middle of that Etowah defensive front. That time, Joey Nance, their number 11, responsible for the tackle.
The first time he ran that, I wasn't sure if that was a busted play where he saw too much congestion outside and just ducked it up, but that's a planned play. He's following big Eric Moulton right up the middle behind him.
Give him a gain of 3 that time, Larry. The line of scrimmage now the 44-yard line as Homewood just eats its way slowly up the field. Walburn still the quarterback. Here comes Andrew Jeske in motion to the near side. From the tight end split left. But this time the going is no going, right up the middle.
Where they have 7 ball players around Moulton and that ball when it goes down like that. Bringing up another 4th down.
4th and about a long 3 or 4. That'll bring on the kicking team. We'll try to get some of those numbers to you as they go in for Homewood. Anthony Webby is on that team. He wears the number 51 jersey. The snapper is number 31, Brian Narrow. Kevin Miller deep. He'll kick from just over his own 30-yard line. Heavy rush and a block again. Block again. Picked up on the run by number 88 for Etowah, 28 for Etowah. Carlos Hale. So once again, Etowah strikes with 1:36 remaining in the first quarter. Heavy rush.
Those 8 fellas on the line rushing. I don't know. You know, we're so busy talking offense and defense. The kicking game is the story here so far.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good field position one time and block kick return for a touchdown the next. Here's the extra point attempt. Simmons puts it through for Etowah. So with timeout on the field, there's 1:36 remaining in the first period, and Etowah now with a 14-0 lead over the Homewood Patriots.
I think in every game for the at least last year, if not the year before, we were favored to win. And coming into this game, the Birmingham Post-Herald had picked Etowah to be favored in this, and I think it's a new experience for them, not only to be picked to lose, Homewood to be picked to lose, but we're down like this. The reaction here is going to be important.
Absolutely will. Etowah has slipped a couple of times on penalties early in this game to give Homewood second chances on 4th down. But the story on the scoreboard reads something different. Interception Interestingly enough, Homewood has commanding possession of the ball, but not the scoreboard at this time. It'll come down in the middle again, and that's Martell Smith with the football running straight ahead out over the 20 to maybe the 24-yard line. First lick by Bobby Hill, senior for Etowah. The special teams come off the field.
I don't have the official statistics, but I believe Etowah's run 2 offensive plays so far. 3. Mike Whitten saying
Mike Whitten
3.
indicating they've run 3. By the way, we need to mention Danny Callies again on the sidelines for us this year, and we'll try to get you the names of all the folks involved in the broadcast crew as well as the clock runs with 1:13, now 1:09 remaining in the first quarter. Here's Walburn. Walburn to pass. In and out of the hands of Andrzejewski. Was just slightly thrown behind him. Andrzejewski was coming from the flanker position that time, I believe. Hazelden was playing as the wide receiver.
We split both our ends and had a man up in the slot, so we had 3 out wide and trying to give him a little different look there, Barry. And he was open. We're just a little off on the timing.
Larry, with all the rain we've had, the field is sort of chunky at best out there, but it looks like it's holding up fairly well so far.
The field was in great shape before the big heavy rains of yesterday and today.
Now Brian Anderson, number 85, split wide to the left. Here's Walburn with a long count. Now he drops back to give to the give to Martell Smith, and Martell fighting his way back to the original line of scrimmage. Be very close to 3rd and 10 now with 50 seconds remaining in the quarter. Let's see if we can get something started now. 3rd and 9 with 27 seconds remaining. Here's Homewood. Walburn dropping back to pass. Good protection. Now he decides to run, but dragged down. Big breakthrough by their number 33.
93.
I'm sorry, 93. Paul Williams, a senior linebacker and defensive lineman. That'll bring on a change of sides, but the quarter will run out before we do it, and they'll swap ends of the field and kick from your left to your right. Into the first quarter with timeout as they change ends of the field. We'll tell you it's the Etowah Blue Devils 14 and Homewood nothing. We'll be back after this from one of our fine sponsors. Stay with us.
South Trust Bank is pleased to support Homewood High School athletics and wishes the Patriot football team a winning season. Whether it's community service or quality service at one of our convenient offices, South Trust Bank is working harder for you.
It's Piggly Wiggly Food Stores for quality foods, friendly service, and fair prices. You'll find a wide selection of the freshest seasonal produce brought in daily, and the finest heavy Western USDA choice beef, and of course, plump, fresh-cut chickens never frozen. And Piggly Wiggly serves hot, fresh deli foods of the finest quality served up daily, the next best thing to home cooking. And Piggly Wiggly Food Stores are proud of our friendly people serving your needs in Mountain Brook, Homewood. It's Piggly Wiggly, the finest food stores around.
Back at Waldrop Stadium with Homewood trailing now 14-0, and definitely time to get something started. But Larry Wygand, it looks like their big chance coming up in the next few minutes is going to be on defense and not offense.
Yeah, we haven't played much defense. Only, like Mike Whitten said earlier, 3 plays. So we need to get this punt off and see what these fellas can do from Etowah on offense.
Here's Kevin Miller in punt formation. Moulton is back to block for him. Narrow the snapper. Looks like they'll drop 2 men back, 3 men back. Kevin finally gets one underway, taken in by their number 3 at the 49-yard line, and he's run out of bounds shortly thereafter. That's Bobby Hill. Bobby Hill, the senior wide receiver for Etowah. Now we'll have a chance to give you some defensive names and numbers, although as we indicated, some are playing both ways. As you look out across there, you see 2 is Walburn, 22 is Martell Smith. These are numbers that I can see that you may not be able to see at this point. But a lot of guys playing both ways. Freddie Kitchens. Kitchens throwing right over the middle, wide open. He's still on his feet at the down to about the 10-yard line. Is number 26 for Etowah, Kenneth Skism. I believe that's the way you say it, Larry.
Yeah, he was wide open, Barry, and Freddie Kitchens under no pressure, stood back there 6'4", taller than everybody we have on our team, took his time and hit the wide open man, cutting across the middle.
All right, a big first down, lots of yardage gained for Etowah with 11:37 now in the second quarter. If you're just joining us, Homewood facing a 14-0 deficit right now. That was a 33-yard pass play from Kitchens. We'll see what happens now as Etowah is in striking distance. Here's the give to their number 32, the fullback. Did I read that correctly? 32? Gabriel Hill.
Good penetration that time by Brian Narrow and Kip Cowan. Look at Brian coming out.
Three men in the backfield for the Blue Devils. Glaspie is number 12. He's a tailback. Give to the first man through the left half.
That was a good hit. First initial lick by Andrzejewski, who slowed down the momentum and got some help from his friends and pushed him back. That was a good defensive effort there. Barry, I don't look for him to go up the middle this time.
Well, it's 2nd and 7 now and plenty of time.
Make it third, I believe, Barry.
Is it third now? They just haven't changed the scoreboard yet. 3rd and 7, and well, now the penalty brings them back.
I'm sorry, it is second then.
It's like a legal procedure against the Blue Devils. This makes the line of scrimmage now at the 12-yard line, and we're showing now on the scoreboard 2nd and 12.
We're either going to see something wide here or Mr. Kitchens in action, one or the other. I don't think they're going up the middle again. And they're splitting more men out, too.
Now whistles blow again.
Timeout, Etowah.
Etowah wants to think about it. They realize they have a scoring opportunity, and that is their first timeout that they've taken in the game so far. That's a good opportunity for our defense to get organized, to talk to Coach Thorson a little bit about what might occur in this critical set of downs. With Etowah at the 12-yard line and a 14-0 lead, plenty of time remaining in this game for it to go either way, but this is time for Homewood to tighten up a little bit. Hey, and it's also time to remind folks about a Labor Day barbecue that I know is near and dear to your heart.
That's right, Barry. Obviously, this Monday is Labor Day, and it's at the Homewood Park like it's been for the past many years, and it's 10:30 to 2:30 with the pep rally starting at 11 o'clock. We're looking for a big crowd and a lot of fun, as it always has been.
So that is during the day Monday, and is it the traditional, you can get bulk meat or plates?
Or sandwiches, and it's still only $4, Barry, same as it's been for the tickets.
The money goes to what, Larry? The
Homewood High School Athletic Association, and it backs all sports, not just football, but boys or girls, basketball, soccer, all the sports and athletic department.
Well, we would encourage you, if you're watching this program prior to Monday, we'd encourage you to patronize the Labor Day barbecue. If you're watching the replay on Wednesday night, I hope you enjoyed it. How about that? Here's Etowah, 2nd and 12 now, 10:05 in the half. Kitchens over the ball, gives to Keeps, wants to keep, pitches out to number 12, Robert Glaspie, and Glaspie in for the score. Well executed by Kitchens, give him credit. With 10:01 then remaining in the half, Etowah puts another 6 on the board and the score now, Etowah 20 and Homewood nothing.
Barry, I heard someone in the crowd, it sounded like say it was a forward pitch, but it really doesn't matter. His lineman worked downfield, and it was a completion if it was forward. So whether it was a lateral or a pass, either way, it's a touchdown.
Here's the extra point attempt. The boot from Eric Simmons is good. So Etowah now with a 3-touchdown lead on the Patriots. Time time for us to get something going. Good shot of John Whidden there. John wearing number 76. Playing in that big left tackle position.
Barry, I know we're down 21-0, but John's had a great fall, and he's really been blocking well. The left side of the line has moved him out very well. That's been the bright spot on our offensive squad, or however you want to put that.
Yeah, I really think so. The guys have worked hard. I've been with them at most of their practices for a good bit of time during the late summer and early fall, and this is a hard-working team. This is not a team that's going to give up easily or at all, and there's a lot of tremendous amount of potential here.
Barry, these kids are the ones that have helped make this 25-3 record over the last 2 years, and they're winners, and they know what it takes to win, and we're down 21-0, but they haven't quit, and they're not going to.
Deep for Homewood and split to the right is Curtis Starks. In the middle is Martell Smith. Looks like on the left is Ahim Sabry. Here's the kick from Simmons. A low kick that'll come right down to Martell at his own 10-yard line. He'll take it right up the middle tentatively to see where the holes are. Good field position this time with Homewood out across the 30-yard line. Give credit to Bobby Hill, their senior kicking team specialist, for the tackle. Time now for the Patriots to go back to work on offense.
Very little smart coaching there by Etowah on a wet field. He puts that ball on the ground, makes it roll all over. By the time Martell picks it up, he has a slippery, wet football and hadn't fumbled it. Good job by Martell, but excellent coaching on the Etowah's team.
Now the quarterback is changed for Homewood. This is Reggie Lias. Lias is wearing number 10, and he pitches back to Martell Smith. Martell Smith out front. Oh, if he had just gotten away from one more. What a run, a great run.
Great run, great blocking, everything. Well executed play, Barry.
Well executed play. Martell clapping his hands, going back to the huddle. He knows he did that one right.
Like we said earlier, no quitters on that field. That was a good-looking play.
A replay shows the great blocking to the outside, and Martell just cuts back inside, picking up the holes. Big yardage. Looks like a 38-yard run.
We got
scrimmage for Martell Smith.
Some kind of either offside or illegal procedure, one way or the other. There we go, on Etowah.
That'll get everybody excited and a little more enthusiastic after that ground gainer, and it puts Etowah on the defense. They're rocked back on their heels a little bit now.
Here's a good opportunity for us, Barry. 1st and 5. Let's see what Coach Newton puts on them right here.
Lias is the junior quarterback. A little bit of motion on the right side of the Homewood line. That'll take back that 5. Make it 1st and 10 again.
First game of the season, you're eager to play. That happens, Barry.
Reggie Lias is a tall quarterback, similar to the way Kitchens looks on the field, another tall quarterback. Reggie also has speed, too, a lot of speed. Once he gets going, he can blow right by you. Here's Lias with a give to Moulton as the first man through. Moulton off left tackle and down over the 45-yard line. Tackled by Dominic Penson for the Blue Devils. You think probably Etowah's coach, Raymond Farmer, had a game strategy in mind when he came to Homewood. I don't know if he's had to use it yet or not.
Well, I don't know if he knew he could rush our punter. I don't know if he knew he could rush the punt like he has, but that's been the biggest difference in the game so far.
Certainly. Okay, here's Homewood with 2nd and 8 now. Lias over the ball. Moulton and Smith still the setback. Smith with the pitch back. Smith over the left end, out to about the 35-yard line. We'll see if it's enough for the first down. I don't think it's going to be quite there.
Barry, again, a beautiful job by the offensive line. That was an excellent job. Every man had his guy and pushed him back. It was a good blowout by our offensive line.
Gang tackling by the Blue Devils that time, led by Penson and Duckett. Here comes Hazelton to the left, Andrzejewski to the left, Brian Anderson split wide to the right. Brian Anderson split wide to the left. The back's in a halfback formation. Elias on the give up the front, but no going.
I think Etowah's really looking for Moulton.
You note Jacob Pugh in the game now for the first time that I've noticed. Jacob wearing the number 50 jersey. Call it 4th and 3, Larry.
I believe we're going to go for it, Barry. On the 35-yard line. Yeah.
Nothing to lose at this point. 6:43 remaining in the half. Homewood will go. The give is to Elias on the keeper, and fumble.
Oh, great.
Martell falls on the ball, and I believe we're going to have enough for a first down if that worked out the way it looks like it worked out.
Barry, you don't tell people to pitch out like that, but on 4th down, you're in your own backfield. Great pitch by Reggie Elias, and good booting that ball up the field by Martell.
Heads up play by Michael Andrzejewski, too, who comes up from the bottom of that pile. He was right out there with Martell, and hey, 1st and 10, I'll take it. How about you?
That's right.
Ball's on the 26-yard line now, 25, just over the 25. Elias still the quarterback. Homewood with new life. 6:06 in the half. Here's Moulton. Moulton down over the 20. Penetrates the 20, maybe to the 19.
Barry, again, a big hole. Eric busted right through it. He's a load to bring down. Those little defensive backs back there don't want to be tackling him.
I was just noting that David Duro was telling me it was number 28, Carlos Hale. Hale is a defensive back who is a sophomore, and he just met Eric Moulton again. He's had a lot of activity back there in their backfield, in their defensive back. When you've been hit by Eric, you know it. Here's Martell Smith. They got him right at the line of scrimmage.
I believe we lost some yardage there. That's the old Bit Buckus thing where when Eric hits you, you don't have to ask who hit me. You know who hit you.
Oh, me. Again, Homewood maintaining excellent time of possession with the football. Just a couple of freak blocked punts, and then one will give them credit for an excellently engineered play. A set of plays in a drive that resulted in their 3rd score. Elias wants to roll left, looks to pass, tripped up as he struggles back to try to get back to the 20-yard line.
He ran through 3 would-be tacklers there. Nice looking play by Reggie.
Dominic Pinson again pursuing, following the play for Etowah. He's a senior linebacker. He's been around. 4:34 remaining. Kevin Miller in, and he'll place down and attempt a field goal. Looks like it will be from about the point of the kick will be about his 28-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 21. The line of scrimmage is the 21, so officially this will be a 31-yard kick.
38-yard kick.
I'm sorry. Oh, kick is up. Beautiful looking kick. No good, though. They say it's wide to the left. Hard to tell from this angle, but it was a good-looking kick.
Yeah, he cleared the distance by a long way.
No problem with the distance. It just hooked a little bit. So, time is out on the field with 4:09 remaining in the half. 4:09 remaining in the half. Etowah continues with that 21-0 lead.
Terry, our offense has played well. It doesn't look like a 21-0 game from where they played.
Now, Etowah will take the ball back on the 20-yard line following the missed field goal attempt. With the timeout on the field, let's take a commercial break right now. We'll let you listen to this message from one of the sponsors of the Homewood rebroadcast. We'll be back with the conclusion of the half after this.
You know when it's right. You know when you feel it, baby. You hold it, you hear it, you taste it, it's right. You got the right one, baby. It's this irrepressibly lovable, unsurpassable, colorful, and intimately soulful. You got the right one, baby.
With 100% NutraSweet.
Dear Central Bank.
Oh, writing the bank.
Yeah.
They mess up the checking account?
No.
Had to wait in line?
No.
Rude tellers?
No, never. Rude husband.
Me?
I'm thanking them for all the trouble they went to and all the extra work they did so he could close the loan on this
That's
house.
their job.
In 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's Central Bank.
Central Bank. Unlike other banks, our prime interest is you.
Back at Waldrop Stadium as Etowah gets set to try their offense. Homewood on defense now. We'll try and identify some of the folks in on defense for you. I know Paul Owen is in. Curtis Starks is in, playing on defense now. A lot of the guys, as we've indicated, playing both ways. Here's Freddie Kitchens. Kitchens wants to pitch. The pitch is coming to the near side. That's Kenneth Schism. And Schism is a deceptive runner. Brings it out right at the 30-yard line. It'll be close to a first down.
Very nice crackback block by their wide receiver there. He didn't make a vicious block, but he did a good job on our outside linebacker or cornerback.
Henry Walburn, in addition to starting tonight at quarterback, is the captain of the defensive squad. Michael Coggin, number 57. That's Shane Davis, number 75. Thought we'd lost Shane a little while earlier in the season with an ankle injury, but he worked it out in a couple of days, and he's back at full speed now.
He hadn't had the opportunity to work as much as Coach Gant wanted to work him this fall with his injury, but Shane's a hustler. He's the biggest defender we have on the field, I believe, until John Whidden gets in there.
Etowah with the first down now, so that's 1st and 10. 3:48 is the time remaining in the first half. Remind you to stay with us at halftime for a performance by the Homewood High School Patriot Marching Band. That'll be the standard operating procedure, Larry. During all home games this year, we'll have a performance by the band as a part of the tape rebroadcast of these Homewood High School football games. Here's Etowah with 1st and 10 now. The line of scrimmage, their own 30-yard line. The receiver coming in motion is Stephen Boley. Kitchens, however, is going to give to number 34, their tailback, LaShannon Wilson. Wilson out across the 30 to maybe about the 33.
Good defensive play over there on the left side. No place for that fellow to run at all. It was all stacked up at the line of scrimmage. He tried to bounce outside and was hit down.
We'll try to identify our tacklers for you. We've not been doing that much because our guys have been on offense most of the night. Here's Kitchens with some last-minute words to the fullback. Still communicating. Maybe he sees something in the Homewood defense that he doesn't like. He's rushed heavily, but he gets the pass away. Intercepted. Brian Narrow.
Excellent play, Barry.
Excellent interception. Heavy-duty concentration by Brian Narrow.
Barry, you got to credit. Watch Walburn on the right side of your picture come in there and put the heat on him, and also somebody else was in his face. I missed who was dead in his face, but they helped cause that interception. Kitchen didn't have time.
Narrow, the sophomore, younger brother of Michael Narrow. And we are back in business now. Homewood with the line of scrimmage at about the 24 of the Blue Devils of Etowah. Elias is the quarterback. He gives to Moulton. Moulton drags most of the Etowah team with him down to about the 20, almost to the 20-yard line.
On that interception, Barry, I believe that may have been Shane Davis, and big old Shane Davis was in big old Freddie Kitchen's face, and Freddie didn't wait around. He dumped it too quick. He made a mistake.
He thought he saw his man open, and Narrow slipped right in front of him. Great job by the defense. Big turnover for Homewood. Homewood can strike now with 151 remaining in the half. The clock does become a factor. Here's Martell, and he's tripped up in the backfield. Not quite back to the line of scrimmage, so call it about the 23 now. Number 24 for Etowah, Brent Kolavac. Got his hand on Martell's ankle as he tried to jump over. This is 3rd and 8 now for Homewood, and a key possession down as the clock runs with 1:19 remaining. Homewood at the Etowah 22-yard line, needing to score before the half. Here's Lias. He fakes the give to Martell Smith. Reggie running, but he'll gain no yardage as he's run out of bounds at about his own 24. Run out of bounds by Derek Howard, junior linebacker for Etowah. Kevin Miller coming in, the kicking team coming in. We'll see if we've got another field goal attempt. Kevin does have the block with him. There's plenty of time remaining, plus Homewood has timeouts if they need them.
Barry, do me a favor. Call that the kicking tee.
I'm sorry, the kicking tee. Yeah, right. Don't say block. Sorry, Coach. Knock on wood. Joel Maxwell is the holder. Narrows the snapper back. Kevin Miller, the place kicker. Here's the attempt. Plenty of distance, and no good again left. No good again left. Well, we've still got to get it lined up. But with 21 seconds remaining in the half, Homewood again, credit Homewood with heads-up defensive play and a little bit of movement on the offense, and just not quite able to convert.
Barry, let me tell you, Kevin Miller is a gifted kicker. He's an excellent kicker. He's had a tough night here tonight. A couple of block punts, maybe working on him just a little bit. The snap was a hair low, and Joel Maxwell did a great job putting it on the tee for him. Kevin will be around. He's a winner all the way.
Absolutely. We've seen him make 40-yarders in practice.
And up.
And up. So we look for great things. Here's Homewood on defense. Let's contain for 21 seconds and go to the halftime locker room.
Back up, guys.
We'll invite you to stay with us for a performance of the Homewood Patriot Marching Band. Here's Kitchens. Back, looks deep, and then downs it. Kitchens just looking to run the clock out. 13 seconds, 12, 11, 10. We'll count them out for you. As Homewood will go and hear a little bit about strategy and how to shore up the defense and pump up the offense during the halftime.
Barry, one of the exciting parts about Homewood football games is the Homewood High School band, Pat Mara, and the beautiful dancing girls. Yeah, I know you know a lot more about this than I do. Why don't you tell us about our band, Barry, if you would?
Well, the Homewood band, of course, coming off last year, an appearance in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And this year, as a matter of fact, in March, the band will be going to Dublin, Ireland to march in the Lord Mayor of Dublin's St. Patrick's Day Parade on March 17th. The band features about more than 100 players, I believe. They've got a core of Star Spangled Girls and Color Guard. They are quite an impressive band, highly rated. They've won awards all over the southeastern United States. We'll be back after these messages with a performance by the Homewood Patriot Marching Band and then the second half of play. We thank you for being with us, and we hope you'll stay tuned.
This is the place where winners and losers are made. What does it take to be a winner? According to one well-known football coach, it begins with a great game plan, followed by excellent practice habits, and then the players must accept the game plan. In order to become a winner in life, we must accept God's game plan. We do that by accepting Jesus Christ as our Savior and Lord. I'm Gary Fenton, pastor of Dawson Memorial Baptist Church, inviting you to become a winner in life.
It's Piggly Wiggly food stores for quality foods, friendly service, and fair prices. You'll find a wide selection of the freshest seasonal produce brought in daily, and the finest heavy Western USDA choice beef, and of course, plump, fresh-cut chickens never frozen. And Piggly Wiggly serves hot, fresh deli foods of the finest quality served up daily, the next best thing to home cooking. And Piggly Wiggly food stores are proud of our friendly people serving your needs in Mountain Brook, Homewood. It's Piggly Wiggly, the finest food stores around.
When you think insurance, think Buddy Wade. Auto, home, business, life, or health, no matter what your insurance needs may be, Buddy Wade is your local State Farm agent with the insurance experience you want. From his office at the corner of Palisade Boulevard and Columbiana Road, Buddy has served Homewood and surrounding areas for over 15 years. When you think insurance, think experience. Think Buddy Wade. Come by and visit his office or call 942-4444.
Some things are always reliable. Now there's something else. At South Trust Bank, we don't just talk about quality service, we guarantee it. We guarantee accurate statements and fast response to your questions or problems. We guarantee prompt service in our lobby, and our anytime tellers will be available when you need them. We have more offices in Alabama than any other bank. If you get less than our best, we'll pay you. You can bank on the service at South Trust, guaranteed.
Back at Waldrop Stadium and ready for the kickoff of the second half with Homewood down 21-0. Etowah sends it down. It'll come to Martell Smith. Martell takes it in at the 7-yard line, looks to run right. Works his way out over the 25 to maybe the 27-yard line as we progress during the second half. We'll give you some statistics of the first half. We'll also want to give you some other names that we haven't quite gotten to yet, but there's been a lot of ball game to talk about, at least from the standpoint of possession time. Homewood had the ball a lot during the first half and just couldn't convert to touchdowns. Halftime statistics, first downs, Homewood with 6, Etowah only with 4. We'll give you some more of these as we go. Right now, let's look at 1st and 10. I believe Walburn is back in at quarterback, and he wants to give to Moulton. First man through, fumble.
Etowah got it.
They're saying Etowah got it. David Rose fell on the ball. The senior linebacker for Etowah fell on the ball. So Homewood in the defensive posture and rocking back on their heels right here at the start of the second half. 11:23 remaining. Just underway in the second half. First play from scrimmage.
Barry, that's the first time the wet field has come into play that we've had a fumble on either side, really.
Okay, the work cut out for the defense now. Here's Freddie Kitchens, their number 14, the big senior quarterback. Kitchens with receivers right. High backfield. They'll give to the tailback, number 32, who runs wide right. I'm sorry, it was 12, Glaspie.
That fella showed excellent speed there as he turned the corner.
Glaspie is a senior. Homewood had 85 yards of offense in the first half compared to only 17 yards of offense for Etowah. But again, Etowah with 2 scores off turnovers. Now Etowah sends receivers wide left. Kitchens looks at a 1st and 10. Gives to the first man through, the fullback. And heavy fighting up inside the center of the line there.
We're motioning like we've got the ball, but I don't think the referees agree.
Looks like the line of scrimmage is just inside the 15. Yeah, more like the 18.
Looks like about the 12-yard line, I think, Barry.
Okay, Mike Whitten is showing 14 here. We're trying to see it's at an odd angle. Here's Kitchens, a quick snap pass out to the left. It'll go incomplete. It'll go incomplete. Neither one of his receivers had turned around, although I think the intended receiver was that Todd Lambert, number 22.
And Andrew Jeske was all over him, Barry.
Andrew Jeske was right on him.
That pass was high. If it had been a little lower, Mr. Andrew Jeske would have smacked him a good one, I believe.
Okay, 3rd and 6 now. A possession down for Etowah with 10 minutes now remaining in the 3rd quarter. They send Bobby Hill wide to the left. Dominic Pinson with him. I'm sorry, Stephen Boley with him. Kitchens looks and wants to throw. He's looking for the tight end right across the middle, but doesn't pick him up.
Plenty of time. Finally some pressure.
In his grasp. Now he's so get away from 3 tacklers, 4, and finally throws the ball as he goes out of bounds.
Oh, that was awful.
Coach Thorson wants intentional grounding, but I don't think he's going to get it. Kitchens must have had 15 seconds.
Barry, that guy was so big and strong, he did run through a couple of arm tackles, but when he got close, there wasn't anybody around. He threw that ball straight into the sidelines.
Now brings up 4th and 6. Etowah's place kicker and punter. All-purpose kicker is Eric Simmons. He's a sophomore. Let's see what Simmons can do with the line of scrimmage at about the 19-yard line.
30-yard field goal effort.
Simmons kicks it up, and it is no good, wide left. So Etowah fails to score that time. Credit a tenacious defensive secondary that time for Homewood, with Kitchens unable to find an open receiver. A lot of pressure from the backs.
Defense looked good on that, Barry. They had their backs to the wall, and they rose to the occasion and stopped Etowah.
That'll make the line of scrimmage down the 20-yard line for Homewood, so Homewood gets to start fresh. And Henry Walburn is in as the senior quarterback. Walburn over Jason Zarzer. Walburn gives to Moulton, the first man through. Moulton right up the middle, out across the 27-yard line. Another fumble.
We got it.
Looks like the ball was dead. And Homewood retains possession. Call it a gain of 6 up to about the 26-yard line. Interestingly enough, Larry, in the halftime stats, Homewood, of course, with no passing yardage gain, but Freddie Kitchens for Etowah with 75 yards through the air. That's the story of their third score. Here's Homewood with the motion again to move to Moulton. Moulton right up the middle. Right up the middle and stopped just shy of his own 30-yard line as the clock runs with 8:56 remaining.
Here comes a possession down, Barry. It looks like about 3rd and 1, maybe 1.5.
Rose and Williams on the tackle for Etowah. 3rd and a long one. Keep possession down for Homewood. Would be good to keep this one, drive down and score. They send Andrzejewski wide to the right, Anderson wide to the left. Long count by Walburn. He gives to Martell Smith, and Martell is across the 30 to maybe the 31. Looks like plenty of room for the first down, Larry.
Barry, that was a good run by Martell. He was hit in the backfield for a loss, but he bowled that fella over and on forward, and for the first down, he made that on his own. Nice run, Martell.
All right, now call the line of scrimmage the 32-yard line after the gain of 3 by Martell Smith. Don't have individual stats for you in the first half. We're not keeping those this year, at least in the booth. We'll be able to give you those at, in successive games, though, as we keep individual stats, courtesy of Danny Callies on the sideline. That was the give to Moulton that time, out across the 35 to maybe the 36.
I believe Walburn followed Moulton.
Keep it?
Yeah, he followed Moulton up in that hole.
There you go. Quarterback keep up across the left tackle.
I believe Henry Walburn, a converted linebacker, now a quarterback also. He likes running that ball. He puts his head down and he bulls for those yards.
Now Walburn will give to Martell Smith, but he's hit hard in the backfield, and the first guy to get him was that number 1, Dominic Pinson, the senior linebacker for Etowah. We've seen too much of him tonight.
He is keying on Moulton every play. He's the one that hits him, seems like every time.
All right, brings up 3rd and 8 then. Another possession down. Long yardage for Homewood, and Larry, I guess this would be a passing situation.
Well, you'd think so. Last year, I know what we do. We'd give it to Davis, but this year we may give it a shot around the end or some kind of rollout pass maybe.
Here comes Michael Andrzejewski in motion to the near side. Walburn fakes on the give, wants to throw, throws, but intercepted. Into the arms of number 23, looks like Thad Bennett for Etowah. Bennett intercepted it cleanly and brought it up to the 30-yard line, just over the Homewood 30-yard line. And once again, the defense backed up. We have an injured player on the field, it looks like. Is that their 99? No, we don't have a 99. Would it be 93? Williams?
I don't know. I hate to see a young fella.
Yeah, I sure do hate.
I hope it's just the wind knocked out of him. Good shot of some of the crowd here, Barry. I know our side are totally full of people. Our stands are full.
They sure are, and a good crowd on the other side that came this way or else couldn't get a seat.
Yeah, I think I recognize that fella in the Homewood shirt there.
Looks like Scott Wygand, doesn't it? But we have timeout on the field. It's an official timeout for an injured player, and we believe the injured player is number 93 for Etowah, Paul Williams. Hope that he's all right.
Barry, while we've got a timeout and seeing some of these middle school folks here, unfortunately they were rained out today. We were looking forward to their opener, but it was rained out, so their opener will be next Thursday. I believe they play Mountain Brook, but today was the opening of the official volleyball season, and our state champion girls volleyball team opened with a 2-0 sweep of Shades Valley and won fairly easily as the whole team played extremely well. They look very strong this year, Barry, and the girls are doing a wonderful job, and Miss Cook, I know, was proud for an opening game. They played as well as she could hope, I think.
Larry, that's an incredible effort, and there's a great story about that volleyball team a year ago when they went to the state championships. We'll have to tell it sometime this year, and what they did as a mental preparation exercise to get ready to win that state championship. We're back now, and the injured player is off the field. We hope that he's all right. Here's Freddie Kitchens. He throws to his wide out and dragged down by Eugene Sharp, but not before he gets down inside. Looks like inside the 15-yard line, or maybe inside the 15 to maybe the 13-yard line. By the way, I want to mention again, after this play is just completed, interesting halftime performance in that the video that you saw during the halftime was completely directed and photographed by Homewood High School students who are now part of the broadcasting program that they have there. We'd like to tell you that the camera people were Shane Williamson, Chris Kent, and Leonard Bean, and the director was Douglas Minderhout. And I think they did a fantastic job of bringing us the halftime performance by the Homewood Patriot Marching Band. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
They did an excellent job, Barry, and I know Dudley Heineman, who's in charge of all of this, has really worked hard to try to get more of these students involved, and they're doing a good job.
They're doing an excellent job, and they have developed that broadcast class this year, for the first time this year.
We've got a Homewood timeout right now, Barry, and as you can see, some of the trainers out on the field, I want to take the time to say job well done. These girls are Tony Morris, Stephanie Peterson, Faith Griffin, Beth Staples, Nancy Jones, and Coach Gann's right arm, Monica Tedraharja.
And what was that last one again?
Monica.
The trainers do a wonderful job, and let me tell you something, in the heat and in the rain and wherever, they are out at practice as well as at the games. Here's 1st and 10 now. Etowah back in business. Line of scrimmage is about the 15-yard line, just over the 15. Kitchens wants to give to the tailback, and he'll come to the near side. That's Glaspie. Glaspie, though, pursued and dropped. Looked like Webby might have gotten a big hand on him. Anthony Webby playing on the defensive right end.
Michael Andrzejewski got a hand in there, too.
Danny Callis, who's keeping stats for us on the sideline, and we really appreciate the job that he does. Line of scrimmage now the 12-yard line after that 2-yard gain. Looks like 2nd and 7 now for Etowah. 5:39 as the clock runs in the second half, the third quarter. He wants to give to his fullback, but keeps himself, and Kitchens moves it over the 10-yard line down to about the 8, looks like.
Looked like the fullback wanted to keep that ball, and the quarterback finally took it away from him, but followed him.
Right. It was not going to be a clean handoff, and Kitchens maybe just kept it on his own. He's a good, smart, wise quarterback.
And experienced, too, Barry.
After the gain of 4, the line of scrimmage now the 8, 3rd and 3. Homewood really needs to stop them this time. For Etowah, so far in the game, 89 yards of passing, 31 yards of rushing for 120 total offense. Homewood's total 98. The stats more even than you would expect with the score 21-0. Here's Kitchens, wants to give to the tailback, who darts inside the 5-yard line, I believe, across right in. The going gets tough now.
Looked like Henry Walburn barely got a hand on him, barely tripped him up there. Big play coming up, Barry. 4th down and 1. They're going for it.
4th and 1 from just outside the 5-yard line. 4:17 in the 3rd quarter. Here's Kitchens over the ball. Gives to the fullback.
Oh, great hit.
Still hitting.
Oh, he may have fallen forward and got it, I believe. Yeah, 1st down. Referee
danced down to about the 2-yard line, it looks like. So they'll have 1st and goal at the 2. 4 chances to shove it in from there. As Narrow comes out and Whitten checks back in.
We may be going in the goal line defense here. Getting a little extra weight and power in there on the line.
It's hard to see those numbers from this distance. I will try and set that defensive front for you. I know Kip Cowan's in there. Shane Davis is in there.
Michael Coggin.
Michael Coggin is in, number 57. Of course, Walburn's in. Owen is in. And they have called a timeout with 3:52. I want to tell you at this point, Larry, about a sponsor that we've got that's new this year, and that's Cash and Carry Building Supply. They carry a full line of building products and hardware, all designed to meet the needs for just about any do-it-yourself project, and that includes any that I might even try to tackle, as well as contractor-assisted jobs, too. And don't let the name fool you. Cash and Carry is not the only thing they do. They definitely deliver to the Homewood area, as well as any of the other over-the-mountain areas, and they gladly accept all major credit cards. Cash and Carry is owned by Don Waters and Homewood resident Jim Long, and they invite you to give them a call at 323-7173 and discuss any of your building material needs with the store manager, Lars Anderson. That's Cash and Carry Building Supply at 800 14th Street North, Birmingham. Give them a call at 323-7173. Cash and Carry. They could probably even help me handle the little projects I cook up in my basement every now and then. Fine sponsors, and we appreciate their support of the Homewood High School athletic program. 1st and goal from the 2 now. A long 2, Mike Whitten says. 3:52 remaining. Here's Kitchens, gives to his tailback, pulls his way across. And Etowah is on the scoreboard again. 3:49, the official time remaining. And Etowah puts 6 more on the board to make it 27-0.
Well, the defense has played just about this whole quarter, and we played it all right down here in the shadows of our own goal line, so they've had some tough going, Barry.
Well, they have indeed, and you find it hard to defend against a quarterback of that size and that stature, and also that experience, Larry. He's one of the most highly recruited fellows in the southeastern United States, and he's a tough kid. He knows what he's doing.
He's an excellent player, and they've got a lot of other good ball players around him, and we'll hear a lot more about Freddie Kitchens after this ball game, and throughout the state, everybody will be hearing from him. Barry, we may have a new shirt back there, 1 or 2 getting ready to receive the kickoff. Am I reading that right?
You are indeed, and that's a good look, Larry, at the Homewood High School cheerleaders. I'll tell you who some of them are. Melissa Boren and Keisha Cole, Laura Ann Daniel, Carmen Greer, Jennifer Harris, Susan Holberg, Allison Jones, Casey Kirby, Ashley Legg, Ashley Litton, Arlene Moniz, and Laura Wonderland. The Spirit Squad, the Homewood varsity cheerleaders for 1992. Here's Etowah on the kickoff. Another low kick, and it'll come down to the left side. That's A.M. Sabry, who takes it in at about his own 15 and runs it up to about 27. Sabry with a good return, and Homewood will go into business at about the 29-yard line, their own 29. As Larry indicated, maybe have some new jerseys in from time to time. We'll try to pick those folks out for you. But right now, I believe we've got the starting offensive front.
I think Jacob Pugh may be in there at a guard right now.
See if we can spot number 50.
At left guard.
Yes, it is at left guard. Jacob Pugh playing just to the left of Shane Davis, looks like. Lias, the quarterback now, he gives to Moulton. Eric, the first man through, and works his way up over the 32 to maybe the 33 or even 34-yard line. The stop by Chris Farmer, the senior linebacker for Etowah. Paul Owen is in on offense now, Larry.
He is.
He's been playing a great deal on defense, but this is, I believe, one of his first times in on offense. Anderson playing at a tight end position now. Andrew Jeske is split to our near side. Hazelton to the left. Here's the pitch from Lias to Martell Smith, and Martell tries right in, trying to get past the 35-yard line and just can't do it.
Nice kick-out block on the end by Eric Moulton then, and a good cut inside, but too much pursuit from the linebackers and the inside people to keep it to about a 2-yard gain.
Third and 5 with 2:20 remaining in the third period. A long 4, actually. Etowah containing Homewood fairly easily. Lias at quarterback. Snap, quick pass over the left side.
There you go.
Little quick ground gainer.
That's going to be close, Barry.
Michael Andrzejewski got it and took it in at about the 38. It depends on the mark as to whether they give them the first down yardage or not. Looks like it may be just a little shy, but they're going to call timeout and measure that gain to make sure they're absolutely right.
Barry, if they come up short, it's going to be a tough call here. 4th and about an inch. When you're down 28-0.
1:48 remaining in the quarter. Maybe just inches. Absolutely just inches. Homewood indicating they're going to go for it. Lias is still in the game.
Yeah, we're not even making a move to punt the ball. Be interesting to see if Mr. Moulton gets this ball.
Reggie Lias tall enough he could just fall across the line of scrimmage. That's what he does.
And does.
First down.
Good call, Barry. They must have heard that.
Right. Might mention that Coach Bob Newton is the offensive coordinator of this team, and Coach Mike Thorson the defensive coordinator. They're ably assisted by Rick Harmon. I guess Rip works with the, I know he works with punters and
secondary.
Works with the secondary. David Jones, who works with quarterbacks and receivers.
And linebackers.
Oh, long pass, Lias over the middle. Oh,
we got a flag
for it, but it went the wrong way, and there's a flag down at the point of the reception. We're not sure, but it may be pass interference.
That'll be an interesting call. I didn't see it, and I'm a Homewood fan, but perhaps it was.
Nothing showing at the mark. The referee who threw the flag picked it up and put it back in his pocket.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we got pass interference. He was certainly
the replay, Larry. Lias drops back. The fake is to Moulton. The pass over the middle. Hard to see. Hazelton had backed into the defender.
He was spinning around, and maybe the guy interfered. I can't see from this angle, Barry.
Hey, we'll take it. With 1:11 remaining, Homewood now penetrates Etowah territory and has 1st and 10 at their 44. Here's the give to Moulton. Moulton fighting in the middle.
I believe Reggie kept that and went off tackle.
It sure was. It sure was.
He's making some good fakes. He really is.
Excellent. I saw it as Moulton with the ball.
Is this Michael Coggin coming out? That's the first play I think he's come out of the whole game.
Coggin is out. Coggin is out. Okay, 2nd and 8 now for Homewood as they begin to move. 40 seconds, 39 in the third period. Elias over the ball, gets the snap, gives to Martell Smith, straight up ahead the middle. Over the 45 and down to the 40, down to about the 38, looks like.
Good power running. Martell seems to fall forward every time. When he gets hit, he takes the other guy over.
Martell Smith and Eric Moulton both got a great deal of playing time as sophomores last year.
Of course, Eric started last year.
Well, that's right. Eric started last year. Martell would come in the second half.
Or whenever, and spell Robert.
The quarter has now run out as Homewood comes to the line, so we'll pause for a moment and let you hear from one of our sponsors and be back with fourth quarter action after this.
New Powerade sports drink developed by the Coca-Cola Company.
It's the Powerade Punch, the Powerade Crunch. Slam it when you jam it. If you crack it or you cram it. The Powerade Play. Powerade make my day.
More than a thirst quench, with 33% more carbohydrates for energy than Gatorade.
The Powerade Crunch, Powerade Punch. The taste that's fresh. You know the rest. New Powerade.
Hello, I'm Tony Picklesheimer here with you at Jim Limbaugh Chevrolet Truck and Van Center, and if we got a back-to-school special for you. As that all-important high school and college football season starts, tailgating is back, and everybody needs a van to do it in. This is a 1992 Chevrolet Astro van, and folks, this van is equipped, not stripped. It has power windows, power door locks, tilt wheel, cruise control. It's fully customized on the inside with captain's chairs and a sofa bed. All this for only $389 a month with $1,000 down. So come see us and save at Jim Limbaugh Chevrolet Truck Center, I-59, exit 120, only 5 minutes from downtown. And remember, at Jim Limbaugh Chevy Truck Center, we're committed to improving our customers' quality of life.
Our good friend Tony Picklesheimer at Limbaugh Chevrolet. Fine folks at Limbaugh Chevrolet, and we appreciate their support of Homewood Patriot football. For Homewood, rushing 36 attempts for 116 yards. This is third quarter stats. Passing, I'm having trouble reading it. I'll get back to it in a minute. What you're looking at is an interesting approach that you haven't seen before this year. It's the word Homewood in one end zone. And you're going to see slowly as we come around to the other end zone, it should get there in about 10 minutes from now, the word Patriots. And you know, if we had 3 cameras, we'd have just cut from one to the other, but since we're a one-camera outfit tonight, maybe we just pan a little bit there. Homewood Patriots, and that's in the end zone. That's a first-class looking stadium that we've got here. We'll get you those stats in just a second. Here's Elias, pressured and dragged down from behind. Actually slipped, I believe, at about his 45-yard line. Reggie had blue and white jerseys all over him in the backfield that time, Larry. And the Etowah defense, even with a 28-0 lead, is not giving up.
That Dominic Pinson shot through, I believe, just about untouched and was on Reggie before he knew what was going on. But he slipped away, and then he finally slipped down.
Our director, Dudley Hyman, is going to give me trouble for what I said, because the camera that he might have cut to show us the word Patriots was flat on the ground. You can't see much but OTS on that. Dudley, I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me straight. Here's Kevin Miller back to punt. Smith and Moulton to block in the backfield for him. Kevin with a high pass from center, but he gets it away. The punt will come down on about the 10-yard line. They'll wisely let it go into the end zone, where it's down by Paul Owen for a touchback. Thought might have touched it when it came across, but apparently he did not, and got out of the way and let it roll.
Mary, it doesn't matter if he touches it or not. If the ball is still a punt until the boy possesses it. So he could touch it out in the field of play and roll over the goal line, and it's still just a touchback.
I see. 44-yard punt with that good roll for Kevin Miller. And we've got him on the 20-yard line, and they're backed up a little bit now. Still 11 minutes left in this football game.
Looks like, have we got a new quarterback in there, Barry?
Yes, we do. Looks like it's Todd Lambert at quarterback. I was going to make a comment, Larry, on defense for Etowah. Still a lot of game dirty jerseys. And by this point in the game, with 28-0, you'd think you'd be seeing a lot of white jerseys for Etowah out there, and they've left their first-string defense in for the game up until now. I'm a little surprised at that, but we do have a new quarterback. That's Todd Lambert, and sometimes he plays in the wide receiver position. But he's over the ball for Etowah now. We've got Curtis Starks coming wide left on defense now for Homewood. Andrew Jeske in the outside linebacker position. This time it's Andrew Jeske that makes the tackle out at about the 34-yard line. Good shoestring tackle, but not before there. Stephen Boley takes it in and moves it up for another first down.
This second team quarterback doesn't look bad. That was a good-looking pass.
Eugene Sharp in the defensive secondary. Martell Smith is playing free safety. Curtis Starks is the corner on this side. Here's the give to their fullback. First man through, and he fights his way, still fighting his way out across the 40 to maybe the 42-yard line.
That was a nice run by their man. It took several of our people to bring him down.
LaShannon Wilson, the ball carrier.
Looks like Dennis Rowe checking into the ball game for Homewood.
Yeah, Rowe is at 63.
That's correct.
Rowe should be playing in a linebacker position. Is that?
I believe he is.
Is that right? Yeah, there he is on that inside linebacker. Whistles blow, flags down. .9:26 remaining in this football game. Legal procedure to call against Etowah. That will back them up. Make it about what, 2nd and 8 now? Second and 8 from their own 37. Todd Lambert, the quarterback for Etowah.
Bootleg.
Fakes and keeps, wants to throw. The left-handed quarterback throws, and it's incomplete. Flag on the play in the defensive backfield. Let's see what that call might be. You reckon that's a late hit call?
I don't think so. Eugene Sharp was in pretty good shape to cover that pass. I got a feeling we may have an ineligible receiver downfield, but let's wait and see now that I've made a bold statement here.
We'll see if we can pick up the call for you. Comes the signal.
There we go.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Etowah penalized. Was that 5 yards?
The judge on this side caught a fella on the inside going downfield, and he's the one that threw it all the way from this side of the field.
All right, that's 2nd and 14 now. Etowah beginning to be backed up just a little bit. They have possession, and they're running on the clock with 9:01 remaining in this game. Here's Lambert, wants to throw again, looks across the center, complete. Is that their number 41? I believe Todd Sneed, big junior tight end. Haven't seen much of him this year or during this game.
He made a nice crossing pattern there, Barry.
Yeah, very nice. A gain of 9 brings it out to the 41, and that still makes them with a possession down, 3rd and 5. Etowah giving Lambert, the new quarterback, good pass protection, Larry. Lots of time to complete those passes. Here's Lambert, drops back, scrambles.
All right.
Falls forward. They're going to give him maybe the 41 or 42. But it will not be enough for the first down, clearly, and that'll bring up a 4th down in a punting situation.
Good rush that time, Barry, and our defensive secondary came up on the line, and we're playing them nose to nose, and we were challenging them there.
7:50, the clock running.
We send back Michael Andrzejewski and Martell Smith. Andrzejewski on the near side, Smith on the far side from us. Across the field, a high snap from center over his head.
Baby. Oh, don't let him get away.
He runs left and runs out of bounds, but Homewood will have possession. There's a penalty flag thrown over there. Homewood will have possession somewhere near their 20-yard line.
Barry, that's the first punt I think they've attempted, isn't it?
It is indeed the first punt they've attempted, and I was not able to notice if the snapper on punts was the same that snapped for their field goal and extra point attempts.
I don't know, but he sure sailed that one. I'm afraid we're going to have a personal foul against Homewood, maybe a late hit or out of bounds play. That'll back us up 15 big ones, I'm afraid, but let's see what the referees say.
However, Homewood will retain possession.
Oh yeah, it's going to be 1st and 25 though, I'm afraid, Barry.
Right.
If it's a dead ball out of bounds play, they're going to set the sticks. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're setting sticks, and then it's going to be 1st and 25.
The defensive front comes out. Lias, the quarterback, trotting in. He's got his offensive front in, with the exception maybe of Coggin.
The poor chainmen can't decide which way to go here. They're more confused than anybody on the field. They're going the wrong way right now, I think. Now the referee's going to go over and straighten them out.
Yeah, well, it's tough to get good help.
That's what you said all night, Barry.
It'll be a 1st and 25. What will be the line of scrimmage is the question that I'm not so sure of right now. Looks like it's going to be about the 33. Homewood with the ball on its own 33-yard line. The clock, gratefully, has been stopped during all of this. Homewood now 1st and 25. Ball on the 33. Lias is the quarterback. Andrzejewski is split left on this side, but here's the give to Moulton.
Oh, man.
Straight ahead running, hard, fast running. Reggie Lias took a hard lick in the backfield that time as they penetrated, but Moulton had already blown across the line, and good yardage, good gain.
Eric's gained a lot of yards tonight, Barry. I don't know if you're not keeping individual statistics. It'd be interesting to hear what Danny says he has gained.
Call it a gain of 11 that time. Ball now on the 21-yard line. Lias still the quarterback. Moulton and Smith the setbacks. Here's the give again to Moulton. Straight ahead, but this time only a couple of yards. Maybe crosses the 20 or right at the 20-yard line. Gain of 1. Give it 3rd and maybe 14 now. Martell Smith checking out. Eugene Sharp checking in. Eugene plays the backup tailback role. So we'll have Eugene Sharp, number 28, at the tailback position. Moulton still in at the fullback. Lias fakes, wants to roll, throws, complete to Andrzejewski inside the 15 at maybe the 13-yard line.
That was a beautiful pass. Beautiful pass. The hardest one there is for a quarterback. Rolling left, and he hit him right on the numbers.
Right on the numbers. Michael took it in. The line of scrimmage now the 13 after the gain of 7. So we're going to call it 4th and about 7. Smith coming back in now, and Sharp coming out. Hazelton and Andrzejewski wide right. Anderson to the left. It's 4th and 7, and Homewood goes. Lias wants to pass, and nobody there.
Oh, thank goodness that was a forward pass.
Wants to pass, and nobody there. So Etowah will take over on downs. They will have possession in a line of scrimmage at, what, Mike, about the 13-yard line.
Barry, the guy that we wanted to pass to got hit coming out of the backfield. I think the defensive end saw the guy fixing to blow by him, so he just popped him and stopped him, and then our pass receiver couldn't get out for his route.
Homewood on defense now. 5:31 remaining in this football game, the first of the 1992 season for the Patriots.
Barry, for years, we've had a veteran chain crew, and they don't get confused too often, but I want to say who they are. They do a great job year after year after year, and I don't know how many years they've done it, but Joe Osborne, Bill Farrell, and Carson Thompson, they do an outstanding job, and I know Coach Gann really appreciates all their good help.
They do indeed, Larry. We might want to mention somebody else who does a good job, and that's the broadcast crew that works with us here, and we're looking forward to being with these folks again every week during the season. We'd mentioned to you that the camera people are Wes Gray and Jack Munger, and we've added Sidney Sokol to the crew this year. And in the truck behind the stadium, as always, the producer of this program and the guy who punches the buttons back there, Dudley Hindman, who puts in a lot of time and a tremendous amount of effort on this broadcast and a lot of other things at the high school, and we appreciate that. Our thanks to Danny Callies, our sideline statistician. That's hard to say. And up here in the booth, Mike Whitten and David Dura tonight helping us spot the numbers. Here's Etowah. Lamberth is the quarterback again. The pitch out, rolls to the right.
Oh, big play.
Going nowhere, but a penalty flag thrown, and that'll stop the clock again at 5:23 remaining in the game.
Barry, that was excellent defense. We had that guy bottled up from the start.
We also want to mention, Larry, that without some help from Bob Askew and Tommy King, we wouldn't be able to get these broadcasts on the air any given night. And Bob's done a lot of work on the equipment. The truck that we've got, folks, most of you have never seen it, but it's an incredible piece of equipment for even a college to have, much less a high school. It's something for the folks at Homewood to be awfully, awfully proud of. For Etowah so far in this game, 15 rushes for 34 yards, 9 passes attempted, 6 completed for 108 yards. We expected that from Freddie Kitchens. Total yardage, 143 yards. Interestingly enough, Homewood not far behind with 132 yards of total offense. But some costly turnovers early on in the kicking game really made the difference in this game so far, Larry.
Yeah, it has. The gained yardage has been fairly close, like you said. That last holding penalty that was against Etowah really backed them up, and I think our defense really would like to make them punt from their own end zone, and if they're as ragged as they were on the last one, maybe we'll get some points out of it.
That would be great. Okay, here's 2nd and 12 now for Etowah. The clock's running with 4:35.
Triple receivers this side, Barry.
They're coming left with it, right over the middle and incomplete, but a flag thrown right at the point of the incomplete pass, so it could be an interference call against Homewood. No, I'm seeing ineligible receiver downfield again as the signal.
Same guy. They're getting into a formation. I think they're shifting that last guy up, wanting him to be off the line, and he's getting on the line and then going out for a pass, and they're flagging him for it. Yeah, penalty denied there.
We decline it. By the way, I mentioned we have a new broadcasting class, or 2 classes, I believe, over at the high school, and Ted Landers and Lou Jacobs are the teachers of that. They're helping out from over Samford University way, and that gives, Ed Landers, and that gives the students at Homewood just another look at an elective course that you don't have in many high schools as well. A fumble on the play. We'll have to see who got it.
I believe we got it.
Wanted it.
Yes, sir, we got it, Barry.
They say we got it. Homewood takes possession with 4:15 remaining. Give the defense a hand, folks. They stayed in there, a tenacious defense. And Curtis Starks fell on that loose ball, recovered for Homewood. 4:14 remaining in the 4th quarter now. And so Homewood in great great field position to mount an offensive threat here.
Barry, I can't think of a tougher opening game than to have to play Etowah, but our kids really have played hard, and they haven't quit late in the game, down 28-0. That shows a quality there.
Elias, the quarterback. Reggie drops back, fakes, wants to throw, does to Martell to Moulton coming out of the backfield, and it's in and out of his hands, incomplete.
High School football game.
3:50 now. The clock has stopped. The 2nd and 10 when we come back. The line of scrimmage, the 22. Here's Elias dropping back, rolls to his left, looks, throws, floats one up. Brian Anderson, but double coverage down there in the corner near the end zone, and it was almost intercepted.
This last week's paper said that we open with Etowah, which we have, and then the next 3 games for us are the 6A Murderers Row, is the way the newspaper said it. We have Mountain Brook, Shades Valley, and Vestavia Hills all in a row, so I don't know if it's going to get any easier, although Etowah sure is a strong team.
You're right. We travel to Mountain Brook, if I recall correctly, and to Vestavia. Another pass, and this one complete.
Good play.
Call the ball down. We've got an injury, though, I believe, to Michael Andrzejewski. That left knee again.
Oh, bless his heart.
That left knee again. I didn't see if he slipped maybe when he caught the ball. He caught the ball falling down. And he's not gonna make it off. He's gonna just take it easy. His knee is really hurting. Larry hurt the knee in practice earlier this year. Walked it off for about a week, I guess. 4 or 5 days. And told me he was back to 100%, but obviously he has re-injured that knee again tonight.
Boy, I hate to see anybody get hurt like that, especially a young fella like that.
I hate to too. Well, we hope it's not. We hope it's not anything serious. Perhaps it's just a strain.
He's getting up.
Trainer Greg Penley out with him. Coach Penley just to make sure he's all right, and he's walking off under his own power, and that is really good news for both the Homewood Patriot offense and defensive squads. Michael's playing both ways.
Tell you, Coach Penley does a great job, Barry. I know that. My daughter worked with Coach Penley a lot last year when she was injured, and he does a wonderful job.
Does an excellent job.
4th down.
All right, 4th and 3 from the 14. Let's see if Homewood can convert. We're moving. Flags are flying. So that may bring us back to make it 4th and 8. Illegal procedure, the call against Homewood. 2:58 remaining in this game. That'll make it 4th and 8 for the Patriots. The line of scrimmage now will be out to the
field goal
15-yard line.
Here comes the field goal unit, Barry.
Looks like the field goal unit is coming on. Brian Narrow comes in to snap, or in the snap position.
Barry, it's awful hard to kick off of a wet field. When you plant that left foot and to go swing at it, it can slip just a little bit and make all the difference in the world for you.
It'll be a 36-yarder. Kevin Miller to kick, Joel Maxwell to hold. Here's the snap. It's down. The kick is left. The kick is left. I'm not sure Etowah didn't get a hand on it.
I couldn't tell.
It was
Barry.
low and to the left. No good. So with timeout on the field, score remains 28-0. 2:26 remaining in this football game. I wish I had specific details to tell you exactly what nights this will play back, but depending on what channel you're watching it on, this tape is replayed on the Homewood High School cable channel, which is channel 38, and it's also replayed on channel 10, the Over the Mountain cable channel, which is dedicated to its much of its evening programming in the fall to the replay of several high school football games. New quarterback again for Etowah is number 15, Michael Farmer. Don't know if that might be the son of the coach. The coach of Etowah is Raymond Farmer. But he is a sophomore, so a sophomore QB getting some playing time. Larry, some individual statistics we may be interested in, and we'll track these for you this season. Eric Moulton with 17 rushes for 47 yards tonight. Martell Smith with 12 rushing attempts for 43 yards. Total rushing attempts 39 for 122 yards. We attempted 8 passes, completed 2, and had 1 intercepted. Here's the pitch out to Etowah's LaShannon Wilson. But Wilson really not much ground game as he brings it out to about the 24.
Barry, looks like we've got some new players in the ball game. Number 8, Eric Pope, has checked in. Looks like number 24, Mark Andrzejewski.
Also number 40, Brad Gerard in the game now, Larry. And 48 is Brian Carr, if I'm not mistaken. 24, as you said, is Mark Andrzejewski, the younger brother of Michael Andrzejewski. 63, Dennis Rowe. We've talked about Dennis. We identified Dennis, I think, a little bit earlier. We still see Shane Davis in the game and Michael Coggin in the game.
Barry, while we've got this Homewood timeout, I want to say a thanks to Nancy High and the wonderful job she does with our 1992 Homewood Patriot football program. And thanks to all the sponsors that buy these ads and support the thing. This is the #1 fundraiser that the Homewood High School Athletic Association has for the year.
We'll stop for just a minute now and change the tape and be right back. Farmer, the quarterback, gives to the first man through, but no going as the Homewood defense swarms. The ball squirts out, but I believe they had blown it dead at that point. 122-121. Game winding down in the fourth quarter. And it looks like Etowah now will send on their punting squad.
Some good hitting going on in there by some of the new shirts that we were recognizing. Good legs.
Kitchens tonight, Larry, fairly impressive, but not as much as I had anticipated, not knowing any more about him than I do. 10 passes attempted, 6 completed for 108 yards, but 1 interception too.
There's a good shot of one of our camera crews.
There's Wes Gray, working with a student from Homewood, learning a little bit about the broadcasting business and how to operate a camera. 4th and 7 now as Etowah has to look at punt formation. They send back their number 14, Kitchens, to do the punting instead of Simmons this time. And another over Kitchens' head. He chases him back. He'll run, fumble again, and fumbling in the end zone. Looks like possibly a...
No, it's on the 1, Barry. It's on the 1.
They blew it dead on the 1-yard line with 1:12 to go. Brian Carr and several others thought we had it in the end zone, but hey, a great job again. Pressure from the defense, a high snap from center, too high even for the 6'4" Freddie Kitchens. And Homewood in business now on the Etowah 1-yard line with first down and 1:12 to go. And Michael Whitten, the sophomore quarterback, is going in now. Whitten for Homewood is number 11. Here's a replay of the fumble, and it looks like it was in the end zone when they fell on it, but the referee blew it dead. We're back to live action now, and the sophomore QB, Michael Whitten, in over Jason Zarzer, the center. Whitten gives to the fullback, the first man through, Moulton, and it's a touchdown. Moulton breaks the plane. I believe it was Eric. I want to make sure it wasn't Martell.
I believe you're right.
We will be able to see this again on replay as the Patriots draw blood at 51 seconds remaining in the game. Let's look at the replay now and we'll see. You see Whitten with the give to Moulton. Moulton right over the right tackle and right guard.
That's some tough yardage there. Good blocking, good running.
Tough, hard yardage.
And that Whitten kid's 1 play and 1 touchdown. Is that correct, Barry?
His daddy's sitting over here being real quiet. All right, Kevin Miller in to attempt the extra point. Joel Maxwell to hold. Snap back, the ball is down, up in the air, and no good left. Again, no good to the left. So that's something we'll work on in practice next week. But Homewood on the scoreboard with 6 points, 51 seconds remaining in the game, and it's now 28-6. Etowah out front.
Barry, there's some of our camera crew again. It looked like neither one of those were students, or was it? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, the pattern this year is with a student helper, and that's, I believe, Jack Munger there. And there's a student that he's working with helping him. That's our 20-yard line camera to the left, and the one we saw before was the 20-yard line camera to the right.
They've done an excellent job tonight.
One statistic in Homewood's favor is Etowah's punting attempts. They've attempted the last 2 punts for losses of 21 and 28 yards respectively. But that's not against their punter. That's both of them. In both cases, it was high snaps from center, as I recall.
Yeah, Freddie Kitchens is 6'4" and probably can leap, and it still got over his head.
Kevin Miller will kick us off again from our 40-yard line. 51 seconds remaining in this football game.
On sides.
An onside kick, as you might expect. Goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and that's where Etowah will take possession. Homewood with about 133 yards of total offense tonight. Etowah with only 139, Larry. Incredibly close game on the statistics sheet, but that's why you can't just look at statistics.
Well, you know, you didn't say the kicking game was a difference, but actually their kicking game, they're 0 for 2.
That's right.
We just kicked sooner. If they'd opened with their 2 crummy punts, well, maybe we'd have had a little better shot at it.
All right, Homewood now on defense, and they want to contain the last 51 seconds of this game. Like to have another turnover. Their quarterback is 15, Farmer. That's Michael Farmer, sophomore quarterback, getting some playing time, and he'll simply down the ball in his own backfield and let the clock run. Homewood should have all 3 timeouts remaining.
Brian Poole, amongst others, was trying to break through, but the quarterback just kneeled down, was content to let the clock try to run out.
We see Josh Morris checking into the game, number 62. Number 40 is Brad Gerard in the game. 28-27 seconds now. 26 as the clock winds down.
Early Billups in at cornerback, Barry.
I see Philip Schusler in at free safety also. And again, Farmer will simply down the ball. Schusler wearing number 88, playing with a broken arm. He's got that red-orange cast on. Less than 10 seconds now. This will be the last play from scrimmage. There won't be another play from scrimmage, as a matter of fact. So one goes down in the L column for Homewood's Patriots, but they're off to a start in the 92 season. It's been our pleasure to bring this broadcast to you. Remind you to stay tuned every week during the season, as we will bring you not only the home games, but we'll also bring you the away games. We'll travel to all of them and hopefully to the playoffs. It's been our pleasure being with you tonight. Larry, appreciate your help on the color.
Barry, I've enjoyed it, and it's a thrill to be a part of the Homewood Patriot football broadcast team.
It's an excellent team, and we appreciate your patience and your watching with us. We'll see you again next week when we take on Mountain Brook. Good night, everybody.